Welcome back. This is part 3, promise the last part. So this is our nice short row heel. We have one more stitch marker, so this time we will work double crochet stitches instead of half double crochet. As you see, I'm on the top of the row number 1 and I'm making 1 double crochet. Now I'm placing double crochet stitch in every stitch and I'm working my stitches all the way to the stitch marker. And that's the first row we did for the heel. Once I connect with the stitch marker, I will continue working clusters in between clusters. So I will just make one more stitch here, and now I'm going to the first between cluster space, which is a front of my stitch marker. And we're making granny stitch, which will be 3 double crochet stitches in the same space, just like that. And we are working our 3 double crochet clusters in between clusters, but only working the front of the slipper. We will stop the minute we reach the other side and we will slip stitch. So I'm almost there. As you see, I have my stitch marker. I can remove my stitch marker now, place one more cluster in that corner. And what I will do now is to slip stitch to this row right here. And I'm done with this color yarn. So let's cut this yarn and secure your stitch, and let's see how the heel of your slipper will look like. It looks just like this, little 2 triangles connected together, but when you place your feet inside, you will feel comfort. Okay, so we need to now connect this contrasting color yarn. And I do not like how this yarn is visible. So this is what I do. I actually connect this yarn from the wrong side, and now I can work my stitches. And we are working just regular 3 double crochet clusters in between clusters. That will be the front. And now we are at the place where we need to add our clusters to the heel. And let's count the clusters we have. I do have now 7 clusters. And remember, before I have only 5. And now I need to add here clusters. And I'm just skipping 2. And the third one will be cluster. So you can use stitch markers to help you to kind of indicate where the cluster is supposed to be. And if you do not want to use stitch marker, just skip 2 and place 1 cluster. Just to let you know, now I will have 7 up front and I will be adding 5 in the back. That give me 1 more cluster that I originally have. Originally I have 11 clusters, now I will have 12. And that's okay, that's how it's supposed to be. You should have 1 more cluster once you're done with the heel process. So this is very simple, like we did when we start our granny stitch after we finish our toes. So we're skipping stitches and making 3 double crochet in the same stitch. And after this round is completed, we are changing yarn color, and it's simple, just granny square stitches. Just like that, the first round is done. So now I'm changing yarn color and starting round number 2. And work as many rounds as you wish for your length, how high the slipper should be sitting on your leg. Double check, test, try on. And let me know if you have any problems. I would love to help you with this project, and I hope you have fun creating those slippers. I I believe this is a very great project for beginners and it's easy to learn. It's a repetitive pattern because you're making two, but also that's a very great gift if you want to give it to someone. We all have cold feet, so it will be nice to receive a pair of slippers handmade from you with love. Okay, so we start exactly the same way, round number 3, and we're making as many rounds as we wish. And as you see, I did total of 7 rounds, and that's my height. If you want a little bit longer, you can continue with this stitch, or you can add double crochet 1 round and front and back post 2nd round. That makes a little bit more snug to your feet and slippers will stay in place. So how are we making that? We start with chain 3. Now we make 2 double crochet stitches in the first 2 stitches and 1 stitch in between the cluster, exactly the same way like we did with the heel. We want to keep the same pattern. And of course, if you want, you can change that. You can make a stitch in every stitch. I chose to use exactly how I did before, which will be first 2 double crochet stitches will be stitched and the 3rd one will be in between clusters. Work independently and I will see you at the end of this round. Okay, we are here almost at the end. We will connect slip stitch to close this round, and now we will add 1 round of front and back post. And this is how I start the first stitch. Chain 1, go behind the post, pull through. Now I have 3 loops and I will place my hook through 1st and 3rd loop and I close the 2 loops. That's how I make my first back post double crochet. And now I will alternate between front and back post. So because I started with the back post, the next one will be front post and so on and on. If you need detailed instruction in slow motion how to make front and back post, I do have a video on my channel and I will leave the link in the description. Check this out. It's super slow motion how to make every stitch. Half is done. Look the difference. Very nice. And before we depart today and say goodbye, I want to show you one more thing. If you're planning to make additional rounds with front and back post, once you connect to the last stitch, remember to make back post on top of back post and front post on top of front post, and that will give you nice rich stitch just like that. But I'm happy with 1 round, so I will be ending my journey right here. So I hope you enjoyed this project and you have fun creating. Let me know if you make them for yourself or that special someone. See you next time and have a wonderful day.